All right, so let's start with this question today. Do you have your tax ID? Do you have your tax ID? That is very important. And when we talk about tax ID, we're talking about your tax ID as an individual, which is between you and your state. That you get a personal tax ID from your state. And interestingly, there now you don't, for many states, you don't have to go to the office. You can do online. And then for Lagos State, like I think for so many other states, your tax ID, you can get it online. But if you can't get online, you go to tax office and request for tax ID. Maybe of course, if you go online, you can see different right links to tax ID. You are not paying to collect your tax ID. That's for individual. And for businesses, so the businesses are in two phases. Number one is if you register your company in the past before now, the possibility is that you already have that semi-following up. But for new companies, you just register your company. The Corporate Affairs Commission uh, will give you tax ID along, you see, underneath in your certificate, but will not be activated. You need to get to the tax office, either something you do online or you go to tax office. Now, if it is a business name, you will have to go to your state, the tax office, your state, I mean your the body governing your state tax to register your business name, to register as a company to the state. But if it is limited liability company, there's Rev 360 now, which is under the NRS, and when you go online, but the best thing to do for limited liability company is either you have someone, an agent might handling that for you, or you reach out to the metro covering your business area, community, the tax office there, the federal, if it's limited, the federal, now the NRS in that area, metro, you walk in and let them know you just register your company and you come with your documents, of course. So the process, they were still in the process to get the OTP to onboard you on Rev 360. So when you be onboarded, that is when it is from that process that activates the tax identification number that Corporate Affairs Commission gave to your company. Without that, you cannot, uh, the bank will tell you it will not be activated until you take the place. So it's just ordinary number from CAC. It's not going to do anything until you go to the tax office. So until you get to the tax office before that can now be effective. And don't forget, for company limited liability company, I think I have to say that now. Monthly, you have to start filing. Once you are being onboarded to Rev 360, the next thing that is expected of you is every month to file. Even at zero, you need to file. So people need to understand that, look, you are not paying for filing. So either you make 100 million or not. That is not, this is filing is you giving the proper report, monthly report. You remember, it's different from the company income tax. You are not paying it. It's not monthly, it's filing. It's saying this is the report. This is what we generated, this is what we sold, this is the tax, this is what we pay. It's just the report. And now look at it. If you know that no filing is 100,000 for companies, 100,000 a month, and that's the late filing 100,000, and then 50,000 after that. And I mean, what for? It doesn't cost you anything to go there. If you cannot do it yourself, there are agents that can help you, but be sure that you file on monthly basis. And for business name, be sure that your company is in is in good relationship with your state government, especially the Ministry of Commerce, and only on the tax body in your state. That's the way the tax identification number works. So the individual to your state, the business name to your state, the limited liability company up to the federal NRS. Okay, so quick one. Tax responsibility of every business owner. So if you're a business owner in Nigeria, either business name or limited liability company, the tax responsibility you need to know. So number one is, let me take it for you to understand it. Number one is your company. I'm just talking I'm talking about a business owner. A business owner in Nigeria, the first one, I want to make you understand it, make it clear to you. The first tax is your company. Your company is paying, should be paying tax. And don't forget, it starts from monthly filing. That's one. Then two is VAT, or withholding tax. Now, why I put the two together is this. If you are selling, then, and if what you are selling is not among those of uh, uh, the produce that are exempted, then VAT, that's the second one, second responsibility. So are you deducting tax for government, VAT for government in what you are selling, transaction? If it's services, then it means there is the side of the withholding tax, VAT. If you render service to, of course, the mentioned organization, and that, and they, the withholding tax is key. So company, the company income tax, the value added tax or withholding tax depends. Then the third one is the individual tax. And the company, the withholding, now this has to do with, because some people are making a mistake, because they said, because we said their business name and if we do individual are the same and to state. They are still two different things. Yeah, at the bank may have the same rule, but they are still two different things, and I will show you. Now, if I have a limited liability company, so I know that my business relationship is with the federal government, is the NRS. Now, but as a person, my because if you have a company, you are not spending from the company purse. Company has to pay you. You have to pay yourself. So that I own a company doesn't mean that you own all the money as a limited liability company. There is a profit and there is what is being paid. Now, from what is being paid to you, you have, that's a third responsibility as a business owner, the personal tax. So there's company income tax, there is individual personal income tax. So let's understand it. So these are the three responsibilities of every business owner in Nigeria. Every business owner in Nigeria, you must know that the company you must have the company income tax, and VAT is very, very important, or withholding tax, whichever way, but most times it's VAT. So if you are, whatever you are selling, you must collect VAT for government, as long as it's not among the exempted. Then you as a person, you can't say, see, you can be a defaulter, you can be paying company tax very well, and you as a person is a defaulter. So the federal government will say, oh, you are good, but the state government will drag you if you are in a state. And remember, you are paying tax, your personal income tax, you are paying your own tax, individual tax, to the state you reside. So don't forget this. I just think I should share this. So you must keep books of these three VATs, of these three tax, sorry. So the company, VAT, and individual. And the same way, your payroll must be very clear around those who are working with you. If you are running a company, your staff, their tax record is very important. You are doing them favor, it's very important, and you are doing yourself favor as well. Please, let's take note of this. Okay, so talking about the Rev 360, and then filing. If you are a company in Nigeria, limited liability company in Nigeria, if you are not on Rev 360 by now you are not on Rev 360, you're already owing, you're already a defaulter, because Rev 360 was introduced, I mean, it was launched on the 30th of April 2026. And expectation was that if you're on tax pro max, you were to migrate to Rev 360. If you are new, you are to sign up to Rev 360. If your CAC, if you have your certificate, you've had your certificate April, before April, it will be 30th of April, and you are not yet on Rev 360 now, just know it that you're already owing, you're already a defaulter, because all the digital process, all the tax formats, the website of the past, they are gone. So you can't, if you have anything, sign up credentials or tax formats, and you are still holding that, yeah, you are a defaulter, because everything from tax pro max has been migrated to Rev 360. Everything around tax at the federal level is on Rev 360. So if you want to do self-service or your agent, there is no paperwork. There is no paperwork with tax again in Nigeria at the federal level. So if any agent that says is handling your document and is not telling you about your credentials on Rev 360, is lying, is telling you lying. You have to be on Rev 360 now. And this is the reason. Now, whatever uh incentives, whatever anything you need to know is already on. Even if you want to do self-service, like I said, it's already there. And interestingly, there's the NRS, there's calculator there for you to the tax calculator, and your NIN is connected, your BVN, your everything. So it's a digitalized process, and that's why I'm talking about this digital compliance. People need to understand it, and that's why you can join our academy. When you come to our academy, it's not just an academy, it helps you to put these things in place, because you see, on Rev 360 you can do self-service and you can get agents. But the idea is that your filing, you can file regularly on your own. Just like I've mentioned, you go to the metro that controls the community, your area, your location, your business location. Now, once you are on Rep 360, you're able to do your monthly filing, and then you are just to, in fact, if you maintain the account, your bank, and once it's there, all the income and the VAT you pay, everything will reflect. And then for those who, when people pay you money and you collect VAT, it has to be indicated that remember, you are remitting that to the government. And anywhere VAT you pay VAT, you must confirm your company. I'm talking about your company now, limited liability company, or when a company pays VAT, don't just overlook it, and like don't follow up. You must follow up, you must see it. It must reflect in your dashboard that you have paid tax. It must reflect. It must reflect. And that's why it's again important for some of us. For some, I know so many schools they do this, and which is very bad. You collect tax from your staff, you deduct tax, but you are not remitting to government. That's very bad, that's very wrong. Now this will expose you. Now, because the ideal thing is that when you deduct tax, if people come to your store, they buy and you deduct VAT, you are expected to remit to the government. Now, that we need to understand. But basically, I'm just advising, if you are a company, a limited liability company, if you are not on Rev 360, find out now. You are already owing government, you're already a defaulter. Get your agent, or you go to the metro covering your area, and let them onboard you Rev 360 before it is too late. Remember, government don't have to run after you, government will wait for you, and that time, there's no excuse. So I advise that you reach out to your metro. And I'm just using this to invite us to the Digital Commerce Compliance Academy. We have, it's bi-monthly. The next edition will be September. So you can register this August to be part of the academy. As now, it's always a like 3 weeks, 1 month session, because what we do is not just giving you training, it's not just talking, it's practical. So we let you know all the information you need, and at the same time, we give you all the support to make sure that at the end of that program, you are fully compliant. That's our aim. That's the aim of the academy. It's not just about we collect your money, we tell you story. We're not telling you story. We want to see now our space, in Tech Groomers Africa, it is towards digital compliance. So, and we cannot but talk about tax, because some will wonder that is a digital expert, why is it talking about tax? It's because everything moves automated, everything becomes digital. And now these steps has actually helped Nigeria to become now, Nigeria is now among the recognized global tax body, unlike before. So, and we are, what we can only do is to find out around the whole thing, get the right information, and key in into the opportunity. So, you want to ask anymore, you can always, of course, in the comment section, you can ask your question, you can reach out to us. I will be so glad to help. Thank you.